Hi everyone, this is Nina from Rafaela Soul Sessions. How are we all doing? Again, as I usually say in the start of these videos, apologies for it being so long since my last one. Um, Being a single parent and a quantum healer and running a house and a business and trying to get my girl used to being at school, which has been proving quite a challenge, is all kind of yeah, I'm spinning a lot of plates. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I love being there for my little girl. I know I have to be there for her more right now. And I'm happy to do that and keep everything running the way I need to. It just means some areas of my work are um having to lag behind, but I will be here as often as I can be, because I'm so grateful for everybody who follows me. Thank you for being here. And if you're new here, thank you so much for watching. And in case you don't know, my name is Nina Morrocco. I am a quantum healing hypnosis practitioner from Scotland, and I share my journey as a quantum healer, bringing forward the information, the messages, the healing, the insights I receive on my path as a quantum healer, and share the messages that I feel can help the collective, can help people on the individual level, and share about my work and what it's like to be doing this kind of work at this time. It's amazing. So yeah, I decided I wanted to come on today and bring a quick message to you all. I actually just finished recording a video, played it back, and realized that it was so blurry, it was barely watchable. So here I am doing another one. If anyone has a recommendation for a good webcam that is not massively expensive, I feel like I need a little bit of an upgrade. If anyone has any recommendations, I would be so grateful. Because yeah, I'm not the most tech-based person out there. I do what I can. But yeah, I feel like I need a little bit of an upgrade because yeah, I tried to record the video a little bit further back. So you guys could see my t-shirt. I'm wearing a love t-shirt. I feel like this world needs a bit of a love injection at the moment. It's fraught with some very, very, very troubling emotions and experiences people are going through. It's a big time. When's it not been a big time over the last few years? Um, but yeah, I just wanted to touch on what I felt was sort of coming up this week. And I haven't really mentioned, the goings on in the world for a while in my posts. I've really been focusing a lot on the individual healing, obviously, because I feel like, and I know that the real shift that we're going to see in the world is through the individual, because what we are experiencing inwardly, we will experience outwardly. And when that shifts inwardly, it will shift outwardly. It's always been my perspective. And that's what led me to this work, was knowing that, the only way we're going to really, really shift this earth into where we all deep down know it can be, is by doing that inner work. But yeah, that a documentary came out recently, and if you've seen it, you'll know which one I'm talking about. It came out earlier this week. I think it's had over 10 million views in a very, very short amount of time. And I think people had started thinking all that stuff was kind of dying down. It's not. And what the big message that came forward for me, although it was quite troubling watching some of it, the big message that came forward for me was that there's another wave of awakening happening, and it's happening because those who have made certain decisions about what medical interventions that they are partaking in are noticing and will notice an increase in the effects on their health and their bodies. And yeah, I just got an overall sense that there is another big wave of awakening happening. And those of us who are awake, we're going to have to be there for those who are just waking up. I'm seeing it quite a lot on certainly on social media, posts where people are sort of just realizing things because they've seen that documentary, and they're just kind of waking up and they're scared and they're not sure what to do and they don't know where to go from there. And it's exactly that. It's like people are having this sudden onset of realization that everything is not as it seems, and they're going through that awakening process. And that, I mean, I remember it myself. um, it's it's a daunting place, because once you realize one thing, you're like, okay, well, what else is not true, or what else is happening that we're not told about? Yeah, it's quite a big thing to experience, and I just feel like there's a lot of us now who are called, and are being called to be that safe harbor, that guiding light through the chaos of awakening that's happening everywhere. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to touch on that, and I do feel that there are a lot of people who find the information very troubling, certainly about more recent things. And even those who are awake really struggle with what's going on, because people close to them have made certain decisions that they maybe haven't made for themselves. Um, and I think people can get very, very caught up in the emotions of it all, because people close to them have made those decisions. Um, and of course, I mean, it's only human to feel what we feel when we see people going through something that that you could foresee. Of course, that's painful to watch that unfold in front of your eyes. Um, but the other message that I was receiving very strongly whilst watching it was that we have to be objective about what's unfolding, not to dehumanize anything, but to be able to do what we came here to do. We have to be objective, look at this information objectively. Of course, we're going to feel what we feel. We can, respect that and honor that and allow ourselves to feel it, because obviously we don't want to suppress anything. But we have to, above all else, accept what people have decided on the soul level, what people have decided for their lives. Because we're not in control of that. We're not in control of what others have decided their soul's path is. And ultimately, no matter what you've decided, whether it be one thing or the other, you are being in service to this world, because yeah, no, whatever the decisions you've made, in some way it's going to show humanity what it what you've decided to show humanity, essentially, whether that's good or bad, or our idea of good or bad. You're showing humanity what happens when you make certain decisions. So I'm trying to be very careful with my wording. Um, so yeah, yeah, but those two words came through very strongly. Viewing and receiving this information objectively, and being respectful and accepting the decisions of others and those around us, which I know is hard to do, but it's important so that we don't get lost in the drama of it all, which is very easy to do as well. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. I don't think I just touched on it. I think I've been speaking about that for ages. Sorry. What else did I want to connect? Yeah, one of my clients recently asked me what to ask the higher self. Now, I have information about that in my welcome pack, which I sent to all my clients, the areas that people tend to ask about, which is usually career path, purpose, health, their bodies, relationships, soul connections, family connections, family ties. Sometimes people want to ask about ascension. Some people want to ask about very multi-dimensional, etheric, metaphysical things. And sometimes people want to ask about very, very human dynamics, or something that's unfolding in their lives, or, you know, anything really. There are no limitations on what we can ask. Um, you can ask pretty much anything you've always wanted to know the answer to. You can ask. If the higher self doesn't like a question, or doesn't feel like it's relevant, or that you're ready for the information, it will say so. Or if during the pre-talk that I'm having with you, I feel like one of your questions might need to be worded differently or isn't going to be helpful for you, I will voice that. Obviously, it's up to you what you want to ask your higher self. But if I feel the wording needs to be adjusted through our conversation, then I'll share that with you. But mostly anything can be asked. And even if you struggle with questions, or maybe you just have a couple, sometimes those are great sessions, you know, just to have that freedom of exploration. To even the question, what is the most important thing for me to know right now, is a great question. It's something I ask most clients anyway. You know, what's going to be the most beneficial information for them to receive right now? That's always a great question. So yeah, there's really not an area that cannot be covered there. But if the higher self deems something not important or not helpful for the client, then the higher self will share that. So really, we have so many things to explore, and there's no limit on what we can do with this work. So I just wanted to share that with you in case anyone was wondering. What else did I want to share? Sessions as gifts. Yeah, so it's Christmas coming up soon. And every year I get asked, or I get an email or someone asking, what can we do with regards to gifting sessions? That is an option. You can do that, but I have a boundary there in that if you want to get a session for someone else, then absolutely that's fine. We can arrange that, and I can even make a little voucher type thing. But I have to connect with whoever I will be facilitating the session with. And I mean, that can be online connection, that can be remote, quick video chat, consultation type thing. I have to look the person in the eye. And that is getting more and more prevalent lately. That has to be one of my my boundaries is that I have to connect with the person before I'll agree to do a session with them. So I do a free 15-minute consultation. So if that's all it needs to be, then perfect. I'm more than happy to arrange that, just so that, I know that person is wanting the session for themselves, and we can explore the reasons that they want that session, their intentions, what they're wanting to work on, focus on. That's just really important to get the most out of the session. And so that I can connect human to human, and that very human level with the person I'm working with, and so they can share my energy and I can share their energy, and that can be done online. Often is. It's amazing the connections that can be made through this work just with a very, very short video remote video conferencing connection. It's important. So that's my only stipulation with that. And if you wanted to do that and you wanted to pay it through a payment plan, we can arrange that as well. I'm really flexible with most things, and I will accommodate whatever your needs are, as long as they're in line with my terms and conditions. Then yeah, I tend to be really flexible with everything. So if you want to do a gift, or you want to discuss doing a gift for someone, then I'm more than happy to do that. So just reach out. You can get in touch with me through my website, which is rafaelasoulsessions.com, and I'll leave all the other relevant links and things below. What else did I want to touch on? My womb clearings. So I'm working on the womb clearing service that I'm going to be doing for people soon. I'm going to be doing it as a remote group session. I may even start doing in-person group sessions, or, one-to-one as well. So a little while ago, whilst I was going through my Rose Priestess initiation process, I was connecting with the roses that we were working with, and I connected very deeply with the red rose, and I always have, which is connected to Mary Magdalene, and I'm very, very connected to the Magdalene lineage, the Rose Priestess lineage as well. So I felt a deeper connection with working with the red rose, and the messages that I received through connecting with that energy and asking how I can be of service to it. Womb clearings was just bang. It was just right there. You need to start facilitating womb clearings. I did one for myself a little while ago with the guidance of Mary Magdalene. I just allowed my team and Mary Magdalene to take me through the process, and it was really powerful. And so I'm now working on incorporating that into a group quantum session, with the rose and with the womb clearing process. So that will be happening soon. I will be starting to do those soon. I've not figured out when, and I've not figured out the details yet. It's difficult for me to actually get that really solid, because things are so limited at the moment, time wise. I'm doing sessions at the weekends at the moment, and during the week my she's only in school for like half a day each day, so I've only got a very, very small amount of time. That's kind of why I've not really been making videos, and also why my other projects are taking much longer, because I have such a small amount of time to do the things that I need to do. And sometimes it's just channeling a post, or doing some kind of admin, or connecting with clients and replying to emails and setting up sessions. So yeah, it is in the pipeline. It is coming. I'm getting really excited about it, because I have started the process, and what's coming through is really beautiful. So I look forward to be able to offer that shortly. So that will be coming up soon. I've got one final message, and that was about a session I facilitated recently for a lovely client. She had a beautiful session. where she connected with her heart and just her essence and her purity and her soul. And yeah, I think it was a really important one. I think sometimes when we have a really big awakening process and we go to people to for readings and things and for um yeah, for readings or for other types of healing sessions, other people's ideas can influence our spiritual story, I guess. And and I think we can attach to that quite a lot, and or some people can, or sometimes we can. I know for me and my personal story through my spiritual awakening, I can see it overall, I can look at it, but I try not to attach to it too much. Um, with being a quantum healer, we have to be very we can observe and the information, but we can't attach to anything too much. We have to remain humble and we have to remain flexible with our ideas and with the information that we receive. So I try and be like that with my own journey as well. Um, so this session, I really felt it really important to put that story to one side, even though we can honor it and appreciate it for what it is and that it's got this client this far. Um, I think it's important to put that information to one side and just very, very purely connect to the heart. And when you connect to the heart, you connect to the higher self, you connect to source, and you connect to your essence. And that can be the most transformational thing that we can experience when we get back to that core aspect of who we are and why we're here. That can be very, very healing space. So that was my intention for that session. And as we went through the session and she connected with her purity, um, this message started coming forward about quantum healing work and about um, how quantum healers are like a guiding light for reflecting the soul's essence back to the client so that healing may occur and so that they may evolve into the person that they're here to be and carry out the path that they're here to do. Um, and it talked about how when we have connections with people, it can be the case either we reflect their light to them, or sometimes we can reflect their shadows to them. And as the session continued, we got to the end of the session, and it came back to this message of we need to be that guiding light for each other. We need to be that mirror of light. We need to reflect each other's souls so that they can see the light of who they are, and so that we can create, and this is what came through, we can create this flower of light. And they were talking about this, the flower, the idea of the flower of life, but being this flower of light, us all mirroring and reflecting each other's light to each other, and just pushing this energy forward of being this beautiful flower of light that brings humanity forward. And it was just a really, really sweet and beautiful message. So I just wanted to share that with you all as well. I think that was all I needed to share today. I hope I've not missed anything. It's so, so nice to be able to come on and share with you all my journey and what's going on for me. And I hope everyone has had a really wonderful, I know it was Thanksgiving over in America, so happy Thanksgiving to all of my American followers. I know that can be quite a challenging time for some people, especially if they're connecting with family. And it can also be a lonely time for other people. So just sending my love for all of that. And I hope everyone has a beautiful run up to the festive season. And if you feel called to work with me or feel called to have a consultation with me, then please reach out. I will again leave my information below and you can find me. And if you want to book a session, I would happily do that. So have a beautiful weekend and I will speak to you all so, so soon. Take care. Bye.